Okay guys, so to make this liquid rose pen, we're just going to need some simple things. We need a pen of your choice. I'm using a red one. We're also going to be using Gel Control Super Glue, and you want to make sure it's the gel kind. We're going to be using red and green clay, and we're also going to be using glycerin. We're also going to be using this little miniature dome, and you can find these at Hobby Lobby or on eBay. They're actually really cheap and they're so cute. So first we're going to start working on the rose, and I'm going to be taking some red clay and breaking off some very tiny little chunks and just rolling them up into little logs like I'm doing here. And it's completely okay if they're different sizes. They don't have to be perfect. With the green clay, I did the same thing, and I'm just going to set that piece aside for now because that's going to be the rose stem. Okay, so now to make the little rose petals, we're going to start chopping off these really tiny little pieces from the logs. This next step is really easy too. What you're going to do is you're going to take the little squares that you chopped up and you're just going to kind of flatten them between your fingers, and then you're going to kind of roll them where they're kind of curved. And now we're going to start constructing our petals together to make our rose, and this was my first time making a clay flower. So what I did was I took 3 very small petals, like the smallest ones I could find in my stack, and I just kind of placed them together, attaching 3 together, and then I just started building up around that to create like a blossoming rose. So I was pretty happy with how it turned out because I think it looks a lot like a rose. And then I just started working on my stem, and I made a couple of little leaves to go on the stem, and then I just attached it to my rose. Now I did make some extra rose petals because I'm going to use those to just throw into the little dome and let them float around. And as far as the stem goes, you want to make sure it has a slight curve to it, just like the rose in the movie. So you want to make sure that you use a clay that you can bake in the oven. And once you do that, follow the steps on whatever clay package it comes in. But anyway, moving on, we're going to go ahead and start putting everything together, and you want to get your gel super glue ready. So first I'm going to be attaching my rose to the base of the dome. And I actually let this sit overnight because I think you want to give this glue at least 24 hours to fully cure. And I just propped it between some washi tape and a clothespin. By the next day, I was ready to move on to the next step, and I took a bottle cap and some tissue paper, and I kind of made like a little base to stand the little dome up in, so that it's kind of standing upside down. That way when I pour in the liquid, it won't tilt over or anything like that. And I went ahead and I dropped in my little rose petals. Then I'm just going to use like a very small little 1/4 spoon or 1/8 spoon, and I'm just going to start pouring in my glycerin very carefully. So next I'm going to start placing some of my super glue around the base of the dome and just around where the flower is, like I'm doing here. And then I'm just going to very carefully attach that to the lid, and I'm just going to let this sit overnight again. And by the next day, I just went ahead and super glued a pen of my choice to the little dome. And now we have this really cute liquid rose snow globe pencil or pen. It's so cute, and you can attach it to pretty much any kind of like pen or pencil or marker or just whatever you have. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and make sure that you subscribe. Also, I hope that this little DIY brings out your inner princess, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite scene is from the movie. I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So, I will see you guys here next time, and make sure that you stay foxy.